So again, it's a little bit like EU4's colonization, where you continue to pump stuff into it until it pump stuff into it. Anyways, hey everyone, what's going on? My name is Sean the Count Lamort, and this is my first YouTube video. I'm a strategy game player and figured I'd try this out and see how I like it. Today, I'm going to start with End of a New Beginning, a mod for Hearts of Iron 4, which is all about expanding the timeline of Hearts of Iron from pre-Second Industrial Revolution, 1857, through to 2050. And it says its forte is quite straightforward. Our largest goals are to stretch the playable age from the days of the American Civil War, of the Victorian ages, to the modern era. Of course, we wouldn't be the most ambitious project on the workshop with only this. They've changed the gameplay system for spanning 200 years. They plan to overhaul everything in the game they possibly can. Seems like a lot, and I'm not sure that's if you all have played, Kaiserreich and how heavy that game can get in terms of processing power. I wish them all the best on this. It's supposed to be super fun, though. I tried it out a couple, last year on a different version, because you can get updated versions from their Discord. They don't update the Steam Workshop version as much as they do the Discord version. So if you're looking for the most up-to-date version, you should find it there. This is the Steam Workshop version. Okay, so who do we want to play? I'm thinking if he plays the Prussians, but I'm not sure yet. Let's take a look. The fun thing about Prussia here is it's disjointed like it was at the time, and because we're before 1870, it's Prussia and not Germany, because they haven't had the war with France and Otto von Bismarck and all that sort of fun stuff. So I think I am going to do that and see how far we can get into our own Reformation of Germany, because I don't think this goes all the way into World War II yet, but we'll find out when we hop in. Okay, welcome to End of the New Beginning. Got a little please read here. Please read the in-game wiki. It's up at the corner. Ooh, look at that. Okay, political stability is a key mechanic, and there is political stability. It goes from -5 to +3 instead of the normal percentage, but then there's national stability. Okay, so that's a different thing. With debuffs and bonuses in certain areas. The default value of 0 has no effect at all, so it's kind of like EU4, is it, that had the political stability at 0 and goes up and down? You get better stuff for up and more for down. I don't play a lot of EU4. It's not my favorite kind of grand strategy, much more of a CK2 sort of person. I like the role-play stuff, and then I like the World War II stuff, but EU4 is a little too min-maxy for me, and that's not against it. People love optimal play. I role-play in my head all the time. Political stability sinks with every politically questionable, aggressive, or generally unstable action, like declaring war, losing a war. Okay, every year the player will receive an event talking about an upcoming speech. These events almost always have multiple options attached to them, so I'll get to pick how I want to run my country, and those speeches will allow me to do traditional conservatism, vanguard communism, rawr, anarchism, autocracy, chauvinist populism, centrism, fundamentalism, social egalitarianism, collective socialism, and radical democracy. Okay. Industrialization. Empty. Colonization is what great and secondary powers used to colonize Africa during the scramble for Africa. Each state has a colonization level. In order to begin colonization of the state, you need to invest in colonial power. I don't see a colonial. Am I blind? It's the cost is either 80 for an unclaimed or 40 for an unclaimed core. No, okay. It looks like it should be a hyperlink with that whole yellow bit. Spending legislative power and command power, state colonialization progress through levels. Once you've reached level 4 in an uncontested state, you gain control over it and are refunded. So again, it's a little bit like EU4's colonization, where you continue to pump stuff into it until it pump stuff into it. Anyways, and until it becomes a colony. There will be there's a historical thing that happens here. Oh, okay, the 1883 Colonial Conference. This is an actual thing that happened called the Berlin Conference, because Berlin wanted its moment in the sun. That speech didn't happen until way later, but they wanted colonies, and they felt like they wanted to be big boys, and so they were mad they didn't have them, and so they started getting some stuff in China and some Pacific Islands and stuff like that. Fun times. Eras. Empty. Military High Command. allows the player to oversee and manage high-ranking officers in their country, replacing the vanilla advisors in the process. Oh, another page. Wow. Oh, here we go. Military High Command. Aha! Okay. So, the task at hand is to balance the power between the positions and organizations. The power level of organizations is partly dependent on the internal setup of the positions. Internal state setup can become disorganized, leading to monthly power loss. Okay, so you actually need to kind of be an HR guy, I guess, and like manage the people who are in your military, and you can just add them without any political costs. So let's do that. Okay, understood. Yes, I want to keep the German names because we love the Germans here. This is very Prussian. Alright. So, Army. Hi. Minister of War, Albrecht von Thun. Division attacked, division recovery rate, cavalry, it's 1850 something, I should remember cavalry is a thing, division defense, entrenchment, and maneuver. I think we're going to go for division attack, because we're Prussians. Chief of the Army, we have logistics, maneuver, probably maneuver, yeah, okay. Vice Chief of the Army, recovery rate. Okay, now these don't make as much sense. Why would my Inspector General be like the head of the cavalry? Why would my Chief of Personnel be an entrenchment guy? I don't know. Okay. Anyways, we'll just do Chief of Personnel, Army Defense, I guess, and then leave it at that. And then Navy. Navy. Okay. So the Prussians didn't really start building a navy until Kaiser Wilhelm II was like, we need to be as good as England, and it's kind of one of the reasons World War I started. But we can pretend. Heinrich Wilhelm Naval Reformer. Always take the experience gain. That seems super great. Chief of the Navy, max range, amphibious assault, naval, more experience gain. Okay. Defensive battle, more experience gain. How about that? Why is it now as a power Z, but it's red? But that one's not red. But that one's red. Okay. How many did I put in Army? Because I don't know what happens when you put them all in there. I don't want to know right away. So I put 4. Okay, so I'm at 2. Coastal, Naval, Logistics, and Marine. So Naval Operations General. Decisive Battle. Logistics, probably Fleet Logistics. And Coastal Operation. No, that's 4. That's 4, right? 4 and 4. Did it cost me anything to like maintain like political power? No stability is plus a Victorian or no elections. Nope, nothing. Okay, so they don't cost me shit. Okay, I'm gonna go through and just organize my divisions real quick, and I'll be right back. And we're back. So I've got all my my armies all fudged together. There's a ton of research in this game, and there's a ton of ways to get extra research in this game. I tested the mod out just to make sure it wouldn't crash or anything, like a week ago, and there is a lot. You can get up to like 8 research slots pretty quickly, I think. The year is 1857, and I always like to make sure my inventory stuff is always kept up to date. Oh gosh, this is like the Black Ice mod, and it's expanded research tree. Before I do that, okay, so 1880, so we don't need to worry about that right now. Socioeconomic, what do we got here? Legislative gain, monthly population, social stratification, more stability, political advisor costs. So this is, this is literally like social works. Interesting. And then we get through workers' rights and trade unions and things without images here. Socialism. Wait, can I be socialist and is there something else? Traffic signals? Can I both be socialist and capitalist at the same time? Oh, that's colonialism. I can read. This is the smart one in my brain. So we've got socialism, communism, Findisi. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm an American. Existentialism, women's suffrage, continental neoclassical economics, antitrust laws, petroleum society. Interesting. Okay, but I can have neoclassical economics and socialism at the same time. Cool. All right. So we're gonna do that. Okay. Cool. Aviation, aerial steam. Well, hang on. We gotta make things first. Production efficiency cap. Generators. Nitrogen reconnaissance. Production efficiency. Resource gain. Yeah. Nice. Geisler tubes. Woolbridge generator, we'll do that. I always tend to focus on my industry early on. I don't read a lot of guides, so I don't know if that's wise, but I tend to be an industry nerd because I feel like production is probably going to be more important than anything else. 1% research speed, that's massive gains. Big gains over here. Consumer goods factories, minus 2% is nice. Monthly population, and then what do we got here? Process engineering. This is going to be, production efficiency and factories and state and stuff like that. Okay, and the mechanical engineering, conversion cost. I don't know why you would split these two up. It seems like there's a lot of space in there, and so it feels like you could put these two together and just save on that, like, the eye bleach need, because it's a lot, right? It's a lot to have to flip through all of these things. Steam locomotive. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna go max construction speed is good, and that'll be it for now. Okay, so let's do our national focus. You can see it's a big national. It is a beefy national tree. That's right. You can't actually choose a thingy until the game starts. We'll get back to that in a second. Free civilian factories. As you can see, there's a ton, like in Black Ice, where it just expands the amount of stuff you can do in terms of buildings, and I'm not the hugest fan in a grand strategy game of granular production. I think Road to 56 does it relatively well, where you can do like steel mills and stuff like that. Is it Road to 56? I think it is. Where it's kind of a couple of things that are important that allow you to increase production of necessary resources, but it's not like overwhelming. Like, I super don't care about building farms, and yet farms. How many civilian factories do I have? 10. How many military factories do I have? 9. Okay, these need to be updated, so we'll just do that. I mean, it's not like I'm building tanks right now, I guess, but I should be making something. I'll probably need horse bits. Well, I need horse bits. Where are they? There we go. I'll just start making those. And then I'm going to take one off that. And just so I have everything in production at the moment, we're going to make the support equipment as well. And then we've got decisions. And then no divisions of basic training, no national focus. Free dockyards. What can I do with my dockyards? Convoys. Yes, please. Always build convoys. Why doesn't Hoi start with you building convoys? It's the... yeah, okay. All right, so I think we're going to do civilian factories. Let's take a look. So, as you can see, we control this, and then Königsberg, and then this bit over here, and then a little dude down here, Hohenzollern Sigmaringen. Yes, okay. Sorry to anybody who's German who happens to watch this. Yeah. I took German in high school and can say a little bit, like, ich habe eine kalte Platte in mein Lederhosen, which means I have a cold cut platter in my ethnic German leather pants, but not much more than that. Now we're building stuff, because we really need to build stuff. And then do we have any actual decisions, or is this kind of like the spammy decisions that mod makers like to put in for, oh, hey, help menu, open option, arrest opposite? No, I don't care about any of that. What do we actually have? Trade treaties. Oh, because of the Zollverein, which was a trade union that kind of happened. Okay, divisions and basic training, last but not least. Trade. There we go. Let's start with 4 of those bad boys. Wow, I'm not making enough for that. We're gonna do one. We're gonna do one for now and see how long it actually takes to make. Okay, and the last thing is trade. Okay, hi. There are a lot of trade goods. What am I deficit in? Steel. I have a deficit in... I guess I'm not all of Germany. I'm used to it being all of Germany. The only place I can get steel from is the United Kingdom? Question mark? Seems weird. Yep. Okay. Only place I can get steel from in the entire world is 60% of the United Kingdom steel. 412, yeah, like 66%. Maths, yay. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's run the clock down a little bit. Yep, here we go. Man, Teufel hold speech. The people will love it. I thought I got to pick a thingy for my... I can't pick a thingy for my speech? Okay. Sad face. GitHub version. Oh, okay, so if I want a new version, I just go to GitHub and get the newest version. I understand. Thank you for your efforts. It's good that they have me say thank you, because I wouldn't have done it anyways. I'm a bad person. Can I pick my thing yet? No? No. Grand Kabyle campaign ends. The conquest of the Grand Kabyle region is finished. Marshal Redon, the French Algerian governor, has successfully carried out this conquest and made the French colony bigger. How will the inhabitants react to European colonialism? Not well. Not well. High political stability! Oh, it went up. Why? This is proof of our efficiency. We are Prussian. Efficiency is what we do. Did I miss something? Am I broken? Did I break a thing? Is there a decision I need to make somewhere? Or the Prussian economy? Oh no! You can just click on it and start it. I'm a dum-dum. Hi, my name's Sean, the Count Le Dum-Dum. The Count Le Dum-Dum. Oh, right. This is the other thing. So, unlike vanilla or most mods that I've played, you don't actually get the factory. You have to spend resources on the factory by using the decision tree system in the checky mark decision thing of this guy. So we will start with, keep it simple, stupid. We'll start with that. Start with our economy. And while I'm doing that, who wants to go to war a little bit? Who wants to maybe have a little bit of war? Maybe all fight. Maybe all fighty poo. You have a lot of metals. What do these mean? Pour le mérite, sure, and the Iron Cross. Prussian general, which there. Nope. Okay. War hero, old guard. Sure. All right, so we're gonna do you. Cool. You are in charge. You are going to. What are we doing? You are gonna do this. And you're going to come here. Do that. Thank you. No. All divisions. Yes. Thank you. And then, if you're going to take over Schweden, jawohl. I think I can just do it. If I remember correctly, I cannot. I was wrong. Well, I thought there was someplace, the first time I played, did I do something to take something over before? Yeah, okay, I don't remember. I have a terrible memory. There's probably some decision somewhere along the way that I can make to do that. Just not in there. Okay, sweet. But we're going to put them on the border anyways and look real threatening. We have a new museum. Great. Does it do so? Oh, plus 10 legislative power. Okay. Praise the free market. Prussian investors subsidize the cotton farm. That's a little Vicky too, right? Setting up the things so that investors can come in with your pops and all that stuff. Does anybody else think that Imperator Rome is probably a test bed for Vicky 2 or Vicky 3 with all the pops and stuff? Because I kind of think it is. And that means it has some work to do. I actually like Imperator Rome now. It's not everything that I hoped it would be and more. Unlike CK3, which I think is going to be awesome and maybe out by the time I publish this, because it's the 26th, and God only knows when I'll publish this. So I'm kind of diplomatically limited. I've been looking through all the different countries, and I could try and improve relations, I guess, but I want to own them. Oh, there we go. Now we've been hit by the Panic of 1857. Damn! Minus 1,500 consumer good factory, or minus 15% efficiency resource gain. 10% consumer good factory, max factories in a state, minus 15, construction speed, minus 15, resource market. Yep, okay, that's fine. The Berliner Entomologische Zeitschrift is a peer-reviewed, open-access scientific journal covering systematic and taxonomic entomology that has recently had its first releases and is already enjoying great success. Go bugs! Really don't have a lot going on. Oh, I can deploy units. Duh, I didn't pick a place for them. Yay, okay. Oh, interesting, yeah. Makes sense that I can't drop them over there. That's fine. What do you think? 18 per stack or whatever is probably fine. Do that for now. We were just pumping out infantry at the moment because it took like 6 months to make one division. We're not exactly an efficient production thingy. Yeah. Can I talk to the Austrians? I know you guys hate us at this point, like super hate us. You're gonna hate us even more too. If I could make the time go faster, I would. I would. First time I played, I got the opportunity to like connect all of my territory by taking over Hanover. Hanover. What did I say? Did I say Hanover? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna get Moltke in here and see what happens. Maybe that'll spark some sort of militaristic event, and I can have the heart of iron that I was so promised. No. Oh, will show is true for some players, even if they are not. It can only be taken once you've formed the North German Confederation after winning the 7 Weeks' War. The 7 Weeks' War. To the Googles! The 7 Weeks' War, also called the Austro-Prussian Shut Up. Continue to cite. War between... Shut up! War between Prussia on one side, Austria, Bavaria, Saxony, Hanover, and certain German minor states on the other. It ended in a Prussian victory, which meant the exclusion of Austria from Germany. The issue was decided in Bohemia, where the principal Prussian armies met the main Austrian forces and the Saxon army, most decisively at the Battle of Königgrätz. Oh, I remember that now. Yeah. A Prussian detachment known as the Army of the Main, meanwhile, dealt with the forces of Bavaria and other German states that had sided with Austria. Simultaneously, a campaign was fought in Venetia between the Austrian army of the south and the Italians, who had made an alliance with Prussia. Let's see if we can historically make that happen. I don't feel like I'm in the same, not in like a Road to 56 sort of way, or like a Vanilla Hoy way, where like, hey, get 2 civilian factories, or get increased infrastructure in certain provinces, or the ability to like build or to get more resources from certain provinces. I don't feel like I'm getting that, you know what I mean? I feel like what I'm getting is the ability to get things. So I'm like 2 steps behind where I should be. Using time as a resource in this game, because sooner or later you will fight someone. And then not only is time now a resource to get things from the focus tree, but its time and industrial capacity are both now doubled up on the resources, which seems a little punishing, maybe. And maybe it's just a balancing issue. Like, if they're going to do that, and I've made the decision, why wouldn't I have also made the decision to pump extra resources into it so that I could build them more quickly? Right? And so give me a benefit as well for making that decision, other than get the thing you were probably going to build anyways, but now if you don't, ew. What? Okay, so I just got a event called Gilgord Giza found dead, and now I have mobilized for the Second Independence War. This is the first interesting thing that's happened. What is this? Alright, what do I need to do? Will fail if... Austria is at war with Sardinia, Piedmont over the territory of Lombardy. As Italy is also a region of states struggling for unification, maybe we could learn something from this war. We should mobilize some troops. If we fail to take this opportunity, we may fall behind. I need 50... Will fail if I have 50 army experience, which I won't. Okay, so when I fail it, I'll get 20 XP. Okay, well, it's actually not that interesting. Okay, y'all, so I just finished our ambitions down the foreign politics tree to see if I could get myself in any kind of trouble. Because when I play Hearts of Iron 4, I want to get into trouble. This is about a war. It's now 1859, it's about to be 1860, and the game started in 1856. So I've been hanging out for 4 years. not being able to cause any trouble whatsoever. For me, I think that's where I'm going to call it for playing as Prussia in the End of a New Beginning mod. My initial thoughts on the mod are that it's incredibly well thought out. It's got some really interesting historical notes to it, and if you like the research game and the like slow build game, it's totally for you. And it seems like all of Europe is very quiet during this period, which is historically accurate, right? Your real action's coming in like North America with the Civil War, and with like a little bit later you'll get into like the race for Africa. You'll have a few colonial conflicts, but it's a relatively quiet period in history. So in some ways it doesn't lend itself to a game that is built for war until you get into like the mid to late 1860s, because that's when things start getting really interesting, right? You get your American Civil War, you get Franco-Prussian War, you get the build up into World War One, and even then there's like a 20-year gap, but at least you got the colonialism game and some of the like petty conflicts in China going on. So in a way, I actually think the game starts 5 or 6 years too early, or that the game needs bookmarks. The mod needs bookmarks to allow you to kind of skip to different places, because Prussia's not very interesting during this period. At least my attempts to find some way to cause trouble, whether through diplomacy, I would need a 51 world tension score, and it's at 0, so I can't justify a war claim, but I have been able to build out my army quite well. But other than that, it's interesting, it's fun, it's well researched, they have a lot of great graphics going on, and if you like that sort of slow play, that's what you want to do. So check it out if it's your thing. But for me, I'm going to call it here. Thank you all for hanging out so much with me on my first video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I don't think I have a join because I only have like, no subscribers. This is my first video. So yeah. That's it for me. I'll be back probably with more Hearts of Iron content, definitely with Crusader Kings 3 content when that comes out. And it's been a pleasure hanging with you. Later.